Ryan, could you come here for a moment?
A sharp female voice echoed, and I, holding back a sigh, walked over to my boss's desk. My name is Ryan. I'm a rookie, having joined the company right after college graduation. I work in sales. I really wanted to be in the IT department where I could work in silence, but my request didn't go through, so here I am. And to the one who called me just now was my boss, Sarah. Oh, she's my boss. She's only 23, a year younger than me, but she's been with the company since she was 18, a true veteran. She's competent and well-respected in the company, handling everything with ease. She not only does her job impeccably, but covers for her subordinates' mistakes as well. She's such an ideal boss that she's got a fan club in the company. However, for some reason, she's particularly tough on me, and I frequently find myself being lectured. It's true, I'm new, but I also tend to make a lot of mistakes. As a patient, I was especially bad at speaking, and I even misspoke when I was helping with the sales visits. I don't have many friends or a girlfriend in my personal life. It's not like I can become a smooth talker overnight. If I had to make an excuse, it's not just my poor conversational skills. That's the reason I don't have a girlfriend. I have a lot of sisters, one older and two younger. Moreover, with my dad, always out of town for work, it's all women at home besides me. A bit set up. I kinda wanted some distance from the female species, and as a result, my age equals my years without a girlfriend. Well, I didn't get along with female friends either, so I guess I really am prone to misspeaking.
Ryan, what was with your comments in the meeting earlier? I expected your input, but you just stayed silent. It's problematic.
Oops, my mistake. It seems the issue wasn't what I said, but rather what I didn't say. I did try my best to think of a response, but I was so focused on thinking that I ended up not saying anything. I only muttered a few words during the meeting, so her criticism might be justified. Sarah is petite and shorter than me. Her medium-length hair swayed as she looked up at me. Sarah is my boss, but she speaks politely to everyone given her young age. But her voice was stern. I'm sorry.
Meetings are also for sharing opinions, you know? Do you get that? Without me, it seems like these meetings can't happen. You're such a klutz. Ryan, when you embarrass yourself, it reflects poorly on the company. I make sure to train you properly.
After that, Sarah started giving me more tasks. Sure, they were educational, but it was mostly easy stuff like carrying things and getting coffee. More like, I became Sarah's personal assistant. I definitely felt used. And to others, it might seem enviable to be working so closely with the company's star, but I didn't feel that way at all. I mean, every day as I assisted her in sales calls, I'd hear things like, "Celia isn't for you yet, klutz." Then, one day, Sarah took me to greet a client located a bit far away. The greeting was quick, and since the company was quite a distance away, we were supposed to head straight home afterward. However, the weather forecast was way off, and we ended up getting drenched in a sudden downpour. We were both soaked, So we rushed into a nearby convenience store. But due to the sudden rain, most of the umbrellas were sold out, and we only got one. The rain didn't seem to be letting up, so feeling it was the right thing to do, I offered my umbrella to Sarah. Here, use this.
But if I take it, won't you get wet? Ryan?
My place is just around the corner, so even if I get a bit wet, it's no big deal. This was true. My house is only a 10-minute walk away. I'd already given my mom a heads up, so she's probably already got a hot bath waiting for me, so getting a bit wet on the way home wasn't an issue.
But Sarah seemed reluctant to accept my favor. Ryan, it's cheeky of you to look out for your boss like that. Just in times like these, it's the junior who should be the one getting spoiled. She pouted.
But Sarah, your clothes, they're kind of see-through. Taking the subway looking like that might not be a great idea. I wasn't trying to tease her. I just spoke what was immediately apparent. Apparently, it was the wrong thing to say.
Sarah quickly covered herself with a flustered, "Oh my goodness."
I mean, everything's visible. I inadvertently blurted out,
Late a hearth. Stomp it. You don't say things like that. This is why you're such a klutz.
Sarah seemed really embarrassed. This was tricky. She didn't seem to take the umbrella, but I couldn't let her leave like this either.
I was wondering what to do when Aku.
Sarah sneezed. She was dressed rather lightly and looked cold. I wanted to head home too, so on a whim, I asked, "Want to come to my place?" Her face turned a deeper shade of red. Could she be running a fever?
White? Their place. Ryan.
You might catch a cold in this weather, and there aren't any cabs around here. It'd be better to head to my place. As I tilted my head pondering, Sarah became fidgety.
She kept glancing at me and said, her cheeks flushed. I mean, sure, but...
Why is she acting so nervous? Is she cold? Or maybe worried about a change of clothes? True, it wouldn't be appropriate to lend her mine. I might have overlooked that.
I don't worry. Your sister's at home, so... Oh, they can lend you something.
You have sisters?
Yeah, one's in elementary school and the other is in middle school. Oh, and I have an older sister too. But this, Sarah seemed to finally understand.
But suddenly she seemed flustered. I mean, just because you're Ryan doesn't mean you don't have any ulterior motives, right?
Ulterior motives.
Never mind, please just take me to your place.
I still didn't get what she was getting at, but if she was okay with it. I decided to head home with Sarah. Since we had just the one umbrella, we had to share. Luckily, Sarah's petite size made it easier. Upon reaching home, my younger sisters greeted us. Usually, only the youngest is around, but with a guest over, my middle school-aged sister was present too. My older sister seemed to still be at work. I had already informed Mom, so she came out shortly after.
Sorry for the noisy household. I'm the one who should apologize for barging in like this. Oh, don't mention it. Such a sweet girl you are. Come on in.
As Sarah was politely greeting everyone, my younger sisters started making a ruckus. It's hardly ever quiet in this house. I swear, The sisters got it all mixed up, so I asked them to guide Sarah and I escaped to the living room.
Teased me while preparing dinner. She's a well-mannered and cute girl. It's rare for you to bring someone home, isn't it?
Is there no place for me to hide? I wished I could just lock myself in my room, but we have a guest, so I couldn't.
There's just not what you think. She's my boss, okay? Sure.
I made such exchanges while helping out.
Then, when Sarah came out of the bathroom, I was genuinely shocked. Not just because she had no makeup on, but her hair was long. She usually has it at ear length, a kind of medium length. As I stared in astonishment, Sarah laughed. I usually tie it up to make it look shorter. I like it long, but it gets in the way at work. Like when she let down her hair and smiled with a faint post-bath redness in her cheeks. Even I felt my heart race. I grew up with a family of women, but right now, the prettiest one in this house has to be Sarah. She seemed to have borrowed clothes from my sisters, and as she was about to leave, Mom insisted, somewhat forcefully, that she stays for dinner. My elder sister came home, making dinner more lively than usual. Sarah has a knack for figuring out quickly what pleases people. She entertained my third-grade sister after dinner, which delighted her. Mom and my other sister, usually stuck with this duty, seemed relieved tonight. Okay, let's play, kiddo. At home. Sarah showed a younger, innocent side I never saw at work. It reminded me that, of course, she's younger than me. From this, I could gather how much pressure she must be under at work. When my sister became sleepy, Sarah tried to take her leave. But don't underestimate the desires of elementary school children. Don't go. What? No! I want to sleep with you. My sister pleaded. Mom tried to reprimand her. Now, don't bother our guest, but she was relentless. I sneaked a glance at the calendar. Luckily, tomorrow's a day off. I thought I'd drive Sarah home after my sister slept, but somehow she ended up staying overnight. I was taken aback by this unexpected development, but life doesn't go like a romantic comedy. Sarah was to share a room with my sister, who was over the moon. I wasn't expecting anything. Well, not really expecting, you know. Every guy wishes to be popular at least once in his life, right? Anyway, nothing happened. The next morning, I was sent to drive Sarah.
Thanks, Brian. Oops. Thank you.
She had her makeup on, looking every bit the Sarah plants I see at work, but she seemed to struggle switching back to work mode. We're not at work, so you don't have to be so formal. It's fine.
Then same to you.
Wait. Oh, I got it. To be honest, when I was talking to my sister yesterday, I dropped all the formalities and I ended up doing the same. I felt a bit awkward. Your sister's pretty cute. She's always up to mischief. I've got my hands full with her. It'd be great if you could come and hang out again. My sister would love that. It was meant to be casual chit-chat. My sister really took to Sarah, and I'd appreciate her coming around. But there was no reply. It was about time we reached the station.
Huh.
Suddenly, Sarah spoke up, catching me off guard. when I parked nearby and looked at Sarah's face. Sarah's face was flushed and she was pouting. Sarah pouted even more. She looked like a cute little animal. I honestly felt Sarah had a different side to her outside of work, and I was curious about that side. It's just mere curiosity. I felt like teasing her a bit.
I'll size yourself. You're that honest, I'd be happy to.
I said that, but it seemed like it was a gaffe again.
You really do talk gibberish a lot. Ryan, that's why I can't leave you.
But even so, Sarah said with a cheerful laugh.
I'm going to keep a close eye on you in return for your sister.
If you give me a break and be nice, I'd survive.
If only the mistakes were fewer, huh?
Sarah grinned as she got out of the car.
Do you work then?
Take care. All right. You look pretty with your hair down. It suits you.
I'm not particularly fond of long hair, but I thought it would be a nice change for her.
But the usually cheerful Sarah flushed red and said, well, I do that because my hair gets in the way when it's long. Then she ran off.
I still don't understand women. I've been interacting with Sarah the same way I do with my sisters, but it seems I tend to misspeak around her. I sighed, thinking she might be mad at me next time we meet at work, and watched her receding figure. After that, Sarah started coming to work with her hair down, causing a stir in the office. I even got glares from the Sarah fan club because she started talking casually with me. But it's not my fault. At first, she spoke formally, but as she came to my house more to meet my sisters rather than me, she spoke more casually, and it eventually carried over to work. As she is my boss, it doesn't bother me. In fact, I find it easier to talk with her this way. But through my sisters, I've seen a lot of unexpected sides of Sarah. She's surprisingly competitive, responsible, yet slightly childlike.
She often plays games with my sisters and, despite losing, insists, one more time.
However, she's not very good at gaming, and in the end, I usually let her win on purpose.
But she figured that out, and now insists, don't go easy on me. That's an order from your boss, an order. I found that endearing.
I feel like we've gotten a bit closer, and it's not an unpleasant feeling. It's a comfort different from being with my sisters. I don't know what to call this feeling, but I should probably keep my mouth shut for a while to avoid any more foot-in-mouth moments. Be unaware of my feelings. Sarah calls out to me today, too. Come on. Brian, let's go.